Okay, so this is what I got going on. I got a tube heater. Fresh air coming in, which is good. And I don't know, this thing's got to be 50, 60 foot long. Basically, this is heated storage for the guy's toys. Oh, he's got a cat. 41 Sea Ray. Man, I have a 39, so mine's just as big. So I got water dripping right there. It's rusting out right there. So these things should heat up. I shouldn't have any condensation at that point. But I don't see any evidence of I don't see any evidence of anything dripping down here though. Maybe. Hold on, let's look. Maybe. Not sure. But what we'll do is I want to get up on the roof and check that up there, because see if it's plugged or partially plugged, causing, yeah, I see a watermark right there at the elbow. Let's see if that's partially plugged, condensate, the flue gases condensate, and then I'll run back down here and rust it out. But let's get up on the roof and check. Oh, that's a beautiful Sea Ray. 2001. Old rock roof. Hate these things. Unless it's leaking around. That was original. I put these suckers in the wrong spot. Right at the edge of the roof. I don't see any evidence of birds. Crap. Oh, I got my flashlight right here. It's not plugged. Got a little. Got a little soot down there, but that's about it. Let's go back downstairs and see if we can get him to move that boat. He might, I think he's got a man left, so I gotta see how bad that thing's rusted out too. I might have to replace the end tube. All right, so we got it back up and running. I got the thermal imager out. Let's see. And let's see, we go into, oops. Go to hotspot. So back here. Back here, it won't even freaking register. It's too hot. .484. I just want to see if this thing is cooling down, like extremely cooling down. But the thing just started up though. Yeah. So. That point, hell, the light's hotter than the tube. So 224, 221, 205. Let's see, what are we at the end here for? At the end, it's only 123 degrees at the end. And the pipe is 80 degrees. Let me let this thing run. He had this thing turned all the way down to like 50. Maybe the thing's just not running long enough. If anything, I wouldn't have to replace the pipe. I'd just chop it back and run some more. Run some more vent pipe. Let me let this thing run a little and see how this vent pipe warms up, or if I'm plugged somewhere in this pipe. Alright, well, I let that thing run for 15 minutes. And what I see, since it's, oh, that thing's gotta be 50 foot long. It's a long tube heater. And what I see is by the time it gets to the end, it cools down. So I didn't see anything plugged up at the top. I didn't see evidence of, let's say, birds. I didn't see soot. I have black stuff coming out the end. It's a brown color, but that's kind of normal. So, but what I think he's got going on here is he keeps it at right around like 50, 55 degrees. And actually, I think the tube heater is like oversized for the area, maybe, but it doesn't run long enough. So what happens is it turns on, runs up to 50 degrees, shuts down, and by the time it shuts down, I mean, the back end of the pipe's not even warm yet, so you don't prevent condensation. And I kind of told him about that, and he kind of noticed it. I mean, where the thermostat's located compared to where the head of the head of the heater's located at, I mean, they're almost even with each other. So I think what happens is, turns on, heats up, heats that area up right away, and then shuts down. It must have real short run times, because when I was here and I ran it for 15 minutes and I got that back end of that pipe nice and warm, it's not going to condensate. You know, it's not going to produce any condensation. It's going to warm it up enough for where it's not going to do that. So we're gonna come, he's got too much stuff in the way there, too much valuable stuff, so he said he's got a man lift in another building over here that he's gonna bring over for me in 2 days. And then I'm gonna get up there, replace that rusted out pipe, and assess the situation a little farther. We'll see what happens. I'm not thinking it's plugged, I'm not thinking it's sooted up. I just think it just doesn't have enough runtime, but we'll see. We'll see. Because say if you have a partial plug, you're not getting the flue gas out. You know what happens. Creates condensation, slows the flue gas down, and so on. When you get a bird's nest in a 80% efficient flue. So, I'll make this, I'll just make it all into one video, and when I come back on Friday, we'll do the rest.